where is your mean, your median, and your mode going? Which measure is your actual measure of the center of your data? The measure of central tendency. That's the most important part. So you looked at your graphs, and remember we said, follow the tail. It's kind of like, almost looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? Big up here, and then it has a little tail down here. Just make your motion like this. Which way are you going? To the right. You're skewed to the right. So where is the mean going to be pulled? To the right of the median. So in this case, which measure should I use for my measure of central tendency? My median. My median doesn't move. My median will represent the true middle of my data, but because I'm skewed, it will pull my mean. It's kind of like, remember, if you did all like 80s and 90s, and then you threw a little 50 in there, what did it do? It pulled your mean towards that 50. So would I want that average in there? I would say, no, drop that test rating. I'd never do that. Rather, I would look at your median of your test scores. That would give me a better indication of how you normally perform. Think of your test scores when you think of mean, medians, and modes. And even though you might get 295s and everything else 80 or 97 or 92, it says I wouldn't want to go for the mode. Generally, you don't go for the mode. If it's a uniform one, yeah, but not these guys. Symmetric, and again, it's approximately symmetric. It approximately represents a normal curve. So your mean, your median, and the mode are smack in the middle. And then you can use either one. And most kids go for the mean, because we usually like to say the average is, the mean is. That's what people understand the most. A uniform, and again, it's approximately uniform. You're going to do the mean and the median here, because they're both going to be in the center of your data. This guy, kind of like a dinosaur tail again, it's going to the left. That means your mean is to the left of your median. So you want to use the median as your true measure. Because my mean moves off the middle. Normally, they're all in the middle, like this. Like this little nice normal curve. This is really important that you get this. That you get this out of this. Whoa. I don't know what happened there. I'll take a picture of it. Okay. Again, when you do this, it's really nice to put it on a number line, but all you really have to do is to look where these guys are. How close are they together? If they're that close together, then you can use any of them. Try to stay away from the mode. You can use the mean or the median here. Most of them are going to be about the center of your data. This guy, here's the mean, here's the median, there's the mode. We're really not looking at the mode. But what happens? My mean is well above my median. Because look at this data out here. You got some that are really, really high out here. So it pulled your mean further out. So in this case, you would use your median to represent the middle of your data. Not the mean because it's the highest. The median is always smack in the middle. So if the mean is not near the median, don't use the mean, use the median. Are we getting that from this? Yes. Bimodal just means I have two modes. Two modes. The most we say is bimodal. If there's 4 modes, I don't think we have a name for it. At most we say 2 is bimodal. And sometimes you have no modes. Sometimes they don't occur. One doesn't occur any more than the other. Okay. Again, your mean and your median are darn close to each other. So in this case, you can use either one. It's not skewed and there are no outliers. Pretty soon we learn a formula for outliers. But right now we just kind of eyeball it. What's best is put it in your calculator and sort it. it puts it in order for you, and it's easier to look at when it's in order. Stop me if you have any questions. Okay, this one, a couple of you asked me on this one. Normally, remember, when we have a table, we say, here's our x values, here's our frequencies, and we multiply these, get an answer, add them all up, and divide by how many there are. Get your total and divide by how many there are. But I can't multiply these. Can I multiply contacts by 40? Because these are nominal measures. These are nominals. I cannot do any math on a nominal entry. So therefore, I can't find a mean, I can't find a median, but I can find a mode. The mode says which one has the highest frequency. That was kind of just in there so that you think about it a little bit. Oh, I think I just did it again. This one, what's best is you actually can find your median here. If you count the number of data entries, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And divide 28 in half at 14. If you count where the 14 is, you'll find your median. Now, on an even number, you're going to be between two of them and take an average. On an odd number, it's going to be all by itself. So somewhere between like your 14th and 15th one, you'll have to average it. Easier, since you need the mean anyway, is pull these off and just put them in your L1. It's the same as pulling them off a frequency graph. So this is the number 6, the number 7, 12, 15, 18, 19. Everybody catch that part? Putting it in your L1? Just an L1. And then you can get your mean, your median, and your mode. So according to their data, what should we use for our measure of central tendency? The mean, the median, or the mode? I want the middle of my data. The median. The median is always smack in the middle. Is the mean close to the median? Close enough? No, it's a little further away. So this case, I'll use my median to actually represent the measure of central tendency. Where does my center happen to be? Oh my goodness, this is driving me crazy today. I think my board is just off, as usual. Okay, I hope you can read this. What were they asking here? Determine which is the measure of central, which is the best measure. So if you come here and you look at the first graph, what would you say? The mode. I have no other way to find a mean or a median, right? What are these levels down here always? What is this level of measurement? Nominal, or does it have a little bit of order? Could be a little ordinal there. I can't really read this, but always, sometimes, rarely, never. Does it have some kind of order? I still can't multiply it by anything, right? I can't give that a value. In here, in this one, this is symmetric. So what would you like to use for your measure of central tendency? Median or mean? When it's symmetric, they're all smack in the middle. Okay. This guy down here has a slight little tail out here, kind of almost normal. You could go either way with this. What would you say? What did you say to this one, 39? Mean, median. The mean and the median will be very, very close to each other. This side's a little bit slightly lower than that side, so maybe the median would be best bet. This one, what's this guy called out here? An outlier. What does this outlier do? Good. It throws the mean off. Which way is this skewed? To the right. So which one would you use for your measure of central tendency? Median. Good. Very good. You guys are getting it. Okay. A weighted mean? Was everybody okay with the weighted mean? Okay, so now, for your weighted mean, take these, either divide it by 100 or just move the decimal 2 places over. Because you can't multiply with the percent. Oddly, those little blue and red calculators that you had in like 8th grade, because I taught 8th grade, I remember. Do you remember those little blue with the red calculator things? They were about this big, and they were blue, and they had red on their numbers, some of them. They had a percent sign, but your calculators don't have a percent sign. So you have to convert them to decimal, and then just multiply these guys. Multiply them, and take your final total, add them up. Final grade, just add them, because it's weighted. The one that has the most pull in here are where the quizzes. Okay, so if we change the quiz grade, that's going to affect this the most. Homework had the least amount of weighting on it. I like my homework weighted a little bit more. I'm keeping you guys awake up there. Did I get you 43? Okay. Did you do 43? So for the month of April, it's kind of like also a weighting. You had, well, it's more like a frequency thing. You had if you made this, you had 523 for 4 days, 24 days. You had 2,415 for 2 days. 250 for 4 days. This is like the frequency, L1, L2. Everybody good with that? Don't forget, also, when you do your one pair stat, you have to tell it L1, L2. The black calculators, the 83s, you have to string it out like this with a comma in between. The 84s, if you have the nice software, the L2 goes in your frequency. If you have an 84 that doesn't have that software, I can update it for you. I didn't give you 45 because even though that's like a weighted one, it is a little bit more confusing. And then this last one. Because we can't put an integral out there, we use the midpoint. So class width is from here to here. Class width is 10. Find your first midpoint and add 10. L1, L2. Shorthand, I'll hold it down. Shorthand. Okay, Carlos to Mr. Katz, Brett to Mr. Hill. Okay. Everybody okay with this? This was the last one, right? We had one more? We had one more. Did I give you 57?
Yeah.
So is everybody okay with this one? Question on 43. Get them all up. The month of April has 13, so 24 plus 2 plus 4. I want you to add it, you need to multiply across first.
Yeah, multiply those three numbers.
And then divide by 1. And then divide by 160.
Yeah, what's the, oh, you forgot to add all the numbers.